James Kaufman, World News Report today. The real reason the military brass has been called to Quantico Tuesday. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to share this video far and wide and try to share it with President Trump and everyone that has the wherewithal to get this done. Can America really rid itself of the deep state? Only with military tribunals. We will have to use the military courts to clean this mess up. After all, their crimes are treason. The only way we can convict all of the treasonous deep state is via the military tribunals. The DOJ is not equipped to clean house in D.C., as most of the swamp living in D.C. is part of the deep state. Yes, I do realize that many current and ex-military are part of the deep state government trying to run the country from the shadows. But the only way to get this done is to go after the D.C. politicians and bureaucrats first via military tribunals, military courts, and not in our broken American court system. And then we clean up the military-industrial complex of the deep state maggots that are embedded in it as well. Trump has deployed or is deploying the National Guard in D.C. and now every major Democratic city, and is setting the stage for these mass deep state arrests and to try to suppress any potential organized deep state rioting that we know will take place. The active military will probably need to be used for this enormous nationwide effort, and I believe that this is why the military commanders have been called to Quantico Tuesday. Ladies and gentlemen, there's more bad guys than good guys. Every court in the military would be busy for 2 or 3 years convicting these people and, well, making sure that they serve the ultimate penalty. Now here's, well, just some of the deep state players. I can name so many more that are retired military, that are now contractors, that are in the military. And, well, these are many of the branches of government, both elected and appointed. But, just to get started, we need to prosecute, again, via military courts. Because, again, their crime is treason. The following, to start with: John Brennan, James Clapper, James Comey, Susan Rice, Andrew McCabe, Rod Rosenstein, Peter Strzok, Christopher Wray, Hillary Clinton, Valerie Jarrett, Ben Rhodes, Adam Schiff, John Carlin, Mary McCord, Lisa Page, James Baker, Jonathan Moffat, Michael Cortan, David Loffman, Sally Yates, Bruce Hoare, Nellie Hoare, Samantha Power, Lisa Monaco, Denise McDowell, Jim Redbicki, Bill Presap, Christopher Steele, Richard Dearlove, Alexander Downer. The list goes on, but I'll cover just a few more. The list is much bigger than anything I'm going to put together today. Stephen Halper, Joseph Mifsud, Sergey Milan, Sidney Blumenthal, Cody Shear, Terry McAuliffe, Jonathan Weiner, John Podesta, Cheryl Mills, Heather Samuelson, Jake Sullivan, Robbie Mook, Robert Mueller, Andrew Weissman, Peter Kazik, Rachel Brand, Matthew Axelrod, Mary Jacoby, Preet Bharara, Josh Campbell, Jennifer Palmieri, Sir Andrew Wood, Robert Hannigan, Alexander Chalupa, Michael Sussman, Dmitry Aperchovic, and officials from the DNC, CrowdStrike, Fusion GPS, Glenn Simpson, Perkins and Coy, Mark Elias, you name it. I could go on and on and on. The only way to get this done is to do it all at once and have the military get involved, period. And I mean a substantial part of the military. Now, if we got rid of just a few hundred of these people, well, everything would clean itself up very quickly. Especially, well, if everything was televised, and I mean everything. The trials and the punishment. And there is only one punishment for treason. And as I remember, Donald Trump, well, signed a new executive order making sure that everyone understood that. Now, I don't know if I said that or not, but currently barriers are being put up around all of the congressional buildings and the White House. I don't know if it's to keep them in or keep them out. But you know the deep state's going to pull every trick in the book. They might even try to set off a nuclear weapon when the arrests start, okay? Meanwhile, thanks to presidential immunity, Barack Obama will be forced to answer all questions under oath honestly, or actually end up in prison and meet the same fate as General Flynn. The question is, will Obama tell the truth, tarnishing his legacy forever, or will he lie, securing his fate in the DOJ's perjury trap? It's epic, folks. This is going to get very ugly very fast, and I feel this is the only way that we're ever going to get anything like this done. Now, I have a list of a lot of the players, and like we said, people come from the FBI, the CIA, the DOJ, the State Department, the White House, both houses of Congress, the media, the Democratic National Convention, and so many other places. It's going to be, well, it's going to be a lot of work to coordinate this and have it all done simultaneously while the deep state is doing their very best to, well, halt all prosecutions. When the arrests start, the country's going to go nuts. If the arrests don't occur, we've lost America forever. I think Donald Trump understands that, and let's hope that our military gets behind him and we make all of these arrests and we use the military courts and military tribunals so that we can make sure these people pay for their crimes against humanity and America. Let's make sure by using the military courts. That said, God bless. Please share, subscribe, and always remember, anything's possible. Bizarro world.